Odette, she was coming out as a very clear leader, as was Glenn. Glenn was very scared last night. Since then, he seems to have stepped back a little bit, kind of reverted a little bit back into a safety zone.
I'm Clary Trace.
With the two girls, Nabelia and Jean. There's a funny dynamic going on there. Nabelia's very low on trust. Jean and Nabelia would probably never be friends. Jean is not too concerned about making other people feel comfortable. She's happy to just be, and she's not concerned about, oh, well, if somebody else is upset, I need to tend to them. Nabelia is picking up on that. This is not a person who's going to look after me.
Maybe it was just something playing with you.
He's probably just messing you. He wouldn't give us his name.
Sean, he's up and down like a yo-yo with his belief, lack of belief. And that's very normal for if you're sitting on the fence with something and you haven't made a decision one way or another, you're going to go in and out of believing based on what you're experiencing and what you're being told, etc.
If you walk around 3 times, you can make a wish, suppose.
Anthony is a complete believer.
And a bit of a leader himself, he persuades the group to walk around the hanging tree. But careful what you wish for, guys. Anthony might just be conjuring up his own spell. Back at the castle, medium Gillian leads the group in a séance. Time to contact the other side.
Finger on the glass. Now just stay on the rim of the glass there. Okay, I ask any resident spirit that are around us at the moment to move forward and communicate with us. If there are any spirit close by that would like to communicate with us, can you start moving the glass, please? Now just let your arms flow really with it. Okay, go on, put a little bit more energy into that. There you go, fair play to you. Okay, stop. Okay, can I ask you, are you a resident spirit of Kennedy Castle? Okay, thank you. Okay, start asking questions.
Are you male?
They appear to have contacted Lady Catherine Hutchinson, a very strong and dominant spirit presence of the castle.
Who you were with most of the night last night?
Thank you. Okay, back into the centre for me.
The room where we stayed last night, me and Anthony, was the room where Lady Catherine was sewn and was said to have knitted, and the glass moved towards me. I just got overwhelmed by the situation.
Okay, thank you.
I freaked out.
Okay, just stop, you're all right. Can I ask you, is there any reason for anybody to be nervous around the table? Okay, thank you. What the group weren't aware of was it was between Glenn and Sean. Lady Catherine Hutchinson decided to stand between the two of them, so he would have been very aware of her energy without realising what it was. So when she gave a surge of energy to move the glass, it would have bounced off his energy, and therefore he got a bit frightened by it, that's all.
Is there anyone else in the castle that doesn't want to stay in here?
Oh dear, I do hope Nabila is wearing that nappy.
I'm definitely not gonna do it by myself later. That was enough for me. Just say a family member passed away. I wouldn't want to contact them because still back in my mind be like, is it really them? It could be like an evil person trying to pretend to be them, you know what I mean? So I'm just gonna leave it. Like, that was a good experience for me. I wanted to try that once, but I'm not gonna do it later.
Like, I'm actually really, really annoyed right now because the tip of her finger was white, pressed up, and it was really like she was pushing the glass. And then when she took her finger off, it stopped moving. I just think she was pushing it. Will this glass move if we all take our fingers off it? Can they move?
It has happened that spirit have moved objects before, but you can't guarantee it. They're not here for a circus performance. They're communicating with us.
She got so defensive straight away, and I think if someone gets defensive, they've something to hide. I do still believe in a spiritual world, but I think at the moment I don't believe in Gillian anymore.
I have had groups that where people might want to take part in it, but I've never had anybody actually walk away from it.
There is a huge amount of research that proves that it is these small motor, unconscious motor movements that are making a lot of these things happen.
So with doubt creeping into our group, it's time to call in the science, a paranormal investigation unit. So whatever happens next, our highly trained, fearless team will be ready with video, audio and CCTV equipment. Everything one needs to snare a spirit. We hope.
We're investigating reported activity which has gone on in the past. Basically, I mean, we have a lot of equipment, but probably the most important piece of equipment we have for this project are the 6 people. It's extra sets of eyes, it's ears, it's the feedback they give us.
In this room here, which is called the Darcy room, supposedly this door opens and closes on its own, so that's why we focused in there. This corridor is supposed to be extremely haunted. People have felt things, have been touched on this, so we have taken up the whole corridor. And this is the Geraldine room. So apparently then people have heard the door handle being rattled and the door opening. If anything is going to happen, we are definitely going to catch it on this.
What I'm doing is I'm looking for spikes within the EVP session. I would be hoping to get hits of ghosts.
We'll be measuring changes in temperature, changes in light, changes in humidity, all environmental factors which may cause people to have what they believe to be a paranormal experience. It's after we analyse the information we get back, we can judge whether it can be explained practically or not. It's nice when you've been working with people for years who have an interest in the area, you tend to bounce off each other. Throwing in 6 people as pretty much 6 wildcards makes this a very different kind of project for us.
Still to come, Nabila freaks out.
What was that? What was that?
Anthony and Sean invoke an evil spirit. And the spirits just won't leave Glenn alone.
Glenn, you all right?
Glenn?